Hi guys, it's Kathy. I hope you're doing well. Well, custody cases are always hard. We know this. They're just, it just sucks all the way around. This one's particularly hard and interesting. There's nothing, you know, funny, or we're not going to laugh the whole way through this one, but it is an interesting case. So here we go.
Yep. All right, sir, do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give this court today is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're officially on oath. I'm going to go ahead and put your hand down, sir. I'm going to go ahead and let the state call the witnesses. And at the end of your testimony by questions asked about the state, if there's anything else you think I need to know that's pertinent or didn't come out, you can bring it out at that point. But it appears, again, this is just going to be a temporary order because the state is requesting that the court needs to look at whether or not this child support should continue after the child's 18th birthday and plus graduation from high school or whatever secondary school he may be attending. And we'll see about setting that up eventually. But for right now, we'll go ahead and get what we can get done today. So at this time, Mr. Diamond, call your first witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. I call Miss Atha. Miss Atha, will you say your full name?
Brianna Atha.
And have you conducted a wage investigation in this matter?
Yes, I did.
Will you tell the court what you found?
So for Ms. Kellogg, I have wages going back to Q4 of 2023. So the gross monthly for each breakdown for quarterly, for Q4 of 2023, I have $2,707.33. For Q1 of 2024, I have $2,566.67. For Q2 of 2024, I have $2,231.67. And for Q3 of 2024, it drops down to $731.33, which is below minimum wage presumption. So those are the wages that I have for the last 4 quarters available.
Okay. And was there anything for Q4 of 2024?
Not yet.
Okay. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Kellogg, do you have any questions of the CSO?
Questions or
No questions. Do you have anything to ask about what she testified to, sir?
I don't think so. It's pretty clear.
Well, you're your own lawyer, so I have to give you the opportunity, but I think it's not normal. It's not, most people don't, but I have to offer. So at this time, maybe CSO, may excuse Mr. Diamond.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you're free to go, and I'll let the state call your next witness, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Call Mr. Kellogg. Sir, will you state your full name, please?
Peter Matthew Kellogg.
All right, and let's talk about some things. So first of all, how old is your son right now?
Almost 15. He's 14. Be 15 in May.
Okay. What do you do for health coverage for your son?
I have. He was on Medicaid for a while. I think he might still be. They're supposed to be putting him off because the Champ VA took over. So right now he's on Champ VA officially.
Okay. And what do you pay a month to carry your son on Champ VA?
Champ VA itself isn't paid, but it only covers 80%. So I have to pay the supplemental on top of that, which is like 79 for the family or 78. I think it has.
Okay, so if it's 78 for the family, who all is covered under the supplemental?
Just my son and his stepmom, my wife currently.
Okay, so $39 would be your son's portion of it if we divided it in half. Okay. Let's talk about your child's mother, and then we'll talk about your son. Do you have reason to believe that she's playing games as far as her income goes?
I believe so, yes. She's made plenty of comments, some of them on App Close, some on just private chats, or video chats with my son since then.
Okay, can you maybe tell the court maybe the 2 most relevant comments that she's made as far as her wages?
The most relevant was started out with, that I wanted her to live under a bridge and not be able to eat food, and that she shouldn't be paying child support, over the $200 limit or 200 and something that she's claimed. And then she claimed that she was going to end up having to quit her job because she couldn't afford child support. And then to me, that made no sense. I said, why would you quit your job, in order to pay more child support? That, it would be the opposite. You'd be looking for a job. So that was kind of out there about 2 years ago when she mentioned that.
Okay. So it's your takeaway, though, that she's intentionally working less?
I would think so, because she's had, prior to that, she was bragging about having more work history supposedly than I've had in my entire life. Then all of a sudden she's, without a job. So it's kind of goes hand in hand with that comment.
Okay. So let's talk some more about her. You heard me tell the court in the opening that your request was that AppClose be ordered. Do I have that correct?
Yes, it was ordered originally, but she's barely followed that maybe 50% of the time. She's tried to get around that, the text messages and video messages and harassment. I've had to ask her multiple times to, use only AppClose because of that reason for, keeping things on a provable fashion.
Okay. And then I take it you also have some concerns with her knowing your home address. Is that correct?
At first, I didn't think it would be a big issue, but my son has brought it up many times that he's worried and fearful that some of her friends and the ex-boyfriend that assaulted him in the first place, sexually assaulted him, that caused him to come here, may or may not, come by our address one day. So, I think it would be safe to say that it could be an issue in the future.
Okay. Okay, so let's talk about your son.
Mm-hmm.
What is his school situation right now?
He's in high school now. He just got through DAEP. He's been in trouble a lot. Well, he's been in trouble ever since I've had him back because of the issues from his raising by her. But it's gotten worse. Like, it's gone up instead of down. I've had him in a couple mental institutions part time. We had him in one 6 months. That was also a school in Liberty Hill for almost 6 months, and he's not getting extremely terrifyingly worse, but he's definitely going upwards still. It's still an uphill battle.
And has there been a diagnosis for autism?
They said he was on the spectrum at Maridel Achievement Center where he was at last time. That was back in 2022, I believe, or end of 2022. They said he was on the spectrum. He wasn't full blown, able to be called like a traditional autistic student, where they had to be controlled constantly. But he is on the spectrum. He'll slash against himself, smack himself, pick at himself, do stuff like that when he gets frustrated.
Okay. And is there some concern that ongoing hospitalization is going to be required for him?
It's definitely. I'm going to try to put him into a military style school with the National Guard if it comes down to it when he's by 16 years old. But I don't know if that's going to be enough to help with the rest of it, because I think a lot of it's more of a mental thing than just a behavioral, on purpose thing.
Okay. And so the doctors and other mental health professionals that you worked with, have they given you any sort of prognosis as far as what his life is going to look like?
Yeah, his psychiatrist is a really nice guy from Baylor Scott and White. His name is, I had it written down. I always forget it for some reason. They change him up occasionally. Dr. Butler. He's getting ready to switch out to back to his original one, Dr. Freeman. He says that from his professional opinion that even though the autistic thing is like on the paperwork, he believes it's more of a sociopathic tendency that he's kind of headed towards because of the way he was treated, stuff he went through. And he's telling me that it's going to be a really hard cognitive kind of what do they call it? It's not oppositional defiance, but there's one step above that, something to do with not cognitive, but it's like a behavioral. Well, it's more of as he put it, the type of behavior that'll put you in jail and cause you to really get into some bad situations in the future once they age and get more mature. And so he's worried about that, as far as his future goes.
I understand. As far as like ongoing care that he might require when he gets older, is there some concern that there might be ongoing care?
I think so, especially for medications, because he doesn't know how to take his own medications, and he has ADHD diagnosis as well, so that kind of like gloms together and makes it worse. So he has a really hard time remembering stuff, and then add on that and the rest of his mental stuff. It's definitely trauma based, and the Maridel did say that there could be a little bit of fetal alcohol syndrome because she did drink, snuck some alcohol in there when she was pregnant without my knowing. I found out years later. So okay. Yeah, he definitely. I don't think from the fetal alcohol side of it, I know that's something that never goes away. So he'll always have to deal with that.
Right. And if the court appoints an attorney for your son, do you have any objection to me sharing your contact information with the attorney?
No.
Okay, and can you think of anything else about your son that I should have raised that I haven't raised yet?
He has concerning his mother's side of it. When I first got her, he was extremely fearful. That hasn't changed. That's actually gone almost gotten worse. I've actually this Christmas, for example, I asked him if he wanted to see if he could find his mom's contact and get her because she wasn't using the app. And he said he was willing to try it, but then he got really shaky and started having an anxiety, like crazy attack. So we canceled that idea. So there's definitely something there that I don't even think he knows about 100% yet from his, pushing it down inside.
Okay. And sorry to switch gears on you here, Mr. Kellogg, but Your Honor, I'd also offer what's been marked as States 1.
All right, sir. This is State Exhibit number 1. This shows the child support that's been paid in your case. Is there any legal reason I should not allow this in evidence at this time, sir?
No, sir.
All right, State 1's admitted. You may proceed, Commissioner.
And I have nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, sir. What city you live in?
Yeah, right now we live in Belton.
Okay. All right, then. I'm just trying to figure out who I might want to appoint as the ad litem for the child to be with you when you trying to get the information necessary for the court to get from point A to point B, and the ad litem will represent the child that represents you, but will work for the child's best interest and obviously help you in any manner, way, shape, or form to get there if she so finds or he still finds that it's in his client's best interest. So let me bring up my charts. It's been a while since I pointed that lighter, so let me see who's up next. Okay. All right. All right, looks like it's Ms. Gustafson. Sir, I'm going to go ahead and appoint Janet Gustafson as the ad litem for your son on this matter. She's the attorney and / guardian ad litem. In other words, I'm not going to give a 15-year-old loaded lawyer to do what he has to do whatever he says do, okay? He can tell her what to do, but she's got to still say it's in his best interest before she has to do it, okay? But anyway, so she's not going to be just an attorney ad litem. She's going to be an attorney / guardian ad litem. I'm going to go ahead and Mr. Donovan, the last quarter that went down, so did the CSO use the minimum wage resumption during that quarter?
No, Your Honor. It was $731.33 was the monthly average for that quarter.
Okay.
And when I calculated, I took just all 4 quarters and I divided them.
Okay, I just want to make sure that wasn't a gross amount for the entire quarter. I was going to go with the child, go with the minimum wage resumption, but since that's a net amount, then I'll go ahead and go with that with the other 3 quarters in order to temporary child support in this matter. I'm going to go ahead and start that the first day of February. I'll go ahead and actually appoint the ad litem, and I'll ask Ms. Walker to see when Ms. Gustafson is going to be appearing in court sometime. Is there any time she's going to be?
And she's ahead of us, Your Honor. It looks like one date that Ms. Walker has given us is May the 1st. And the other dates are in February. So if the court wants to set this on a date, Ms. Gustafson is going to be here. My request would be that May 1st date because we'll need some time to get this filed and get the non-custodial parent.
I was thinking April anyway, but May will work. So, but she needs to get back in before then or anything based on the any problems with her client, then we'll get that set up. But for right now, sir, I'm going to go ahead and give your son a lawyer. Go ahead and reset this matter to allow her the opportunity to get up to speed on it and for the state to file the necessary pleadings that would change child support or the court to consider ordering child support past the age of 18 in graduation. And the Atlanta will figure out what she needs to get as far as getting ducks in a row to get that to happen going forward. Anyway, and like I said, we'll reserve all of the issues to final, and we'll see how this one works out. And hopefully by then we'll find some information about the 4th quarter of 2024. And by the time we get back, the 1st quarter of 2025 should be in also. So we can see what we're looking at going forward. So at this time, Mr. Dunn, is there anything else you want the court to specifically rule on? Anything else you need any type of ruling on, sir?
Yeah, yes, please, Your Honor. If we could get rulings on the app close and the non-disclosure.
Okay, I want to order the app close, and since I'll order non-disclosure for now, but we'll review that when we come back next time with the ad litem and see what she wants to do on behalf of her client. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so I'll grant those 2 things for now. Anything else there, Mr. Diamond?
That's all I have, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Kellogg, anything else, sir?
No, Your Honor.
All right, like I said, the attorney's name is Janet Gustafson, so if someone contact you saying she's your son's lawyer and you better start trembling in fear, that'll be her, okay?
All right.
Because the 15-year-old has a lawyer. So, yeah. But anyway, we'll see you in May, and we'll see, and by then we'll see what the new pleadings look like, and the court will take those items up as they come forward. Yeah, maybe, Mr. Diamond, may Mr. Kellogg be excused, or you need him back in breakout?
I request him back in the breakout room. I've got most of the order already drafted, so I shouldn't keep him very long.
All right, then, Mr. Kellogg, thank you very much, sir. You can go back to the breakout room, and after that, you're free to go. And I hope you and yours have a happy and safe New Year. Okay, sir?
You too, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. We're off the record.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I don't know what disturbed me the most about that, but all of it. Every single sentence of it. Everything that child went through in the past, but then the future looks terrible. Huge behavior problems. On the spectrum, he's like, oh, he's just, a little bit on the spectrum, but not really full blown. What? Come on, dude. And so we're going to send him to the military. I hope this guardian ad litem is, they're almost all on their game, but I pray that she is on her game and is able to get a handle on that, because that all just sounded just every single shade of horrible that you can think of. Oh, that poor child. I understand the dad's probably having a hell of a time with this child. From what he said, there's a lot of behavior issues, and that's not easy. It's every single day, and it's all the time, and you get tired, and you get frustrated, and you get angry. But man, he's still just a child. Even though, what did they say? He was 15, so he probably looks like an adult. He probably looks pretty big, and I just feel bad about that whole thing. Well, thanks for coming out with me today to ruin our days. We're going to be thinking about this poor kid for a while. I hope you guys have a great, great day. Go give your kids a huge hug. If you don't have kids, go give an animal a huge hug. If you don't have an animal and you don't have a kid, give me a huge hug. A huge, huge, huge hug. See you guys next time. Thank you so much. Bye.
Got this life that goes digital dreams through the screen, her blue eyes gleam. Wicked humor, sharp as a knife. Her stream sparks electric light. Late night when the world sleeps, she's the friend that always keeps. Giggles roll like thunder loud. She stands out in any crowd. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor dark and twisted charm. In a way, there's no alarm. Street tales late into the night. Her laughter feels just right. Even when my world turns gray, with a giggle